So boom, we back at it again with Meek Mill, man. He's had a lot going on since this Lil Rod deposition or whatever you want to call it. These lawyer files, these whatever it is, the lawsuit files against Diddy came out, and they listed him with a redacted name as a Philadelphia rapper, who dated Nicki Minaj. Two and two, put two and two together. The blog started putting it together. You know how that went. So with all of that being said, what's going on today, but he's hired a private investigator to figure out who is behind the cyber attacks on him. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Let's read these tweets. Meek tweets, a big company powered, quote, I know the perk was fake, but I still ate, end quote. Now we praying for Yak Mental. Lil bruh need his people. Y'all think this shit a game? They have our people totally distracted. I will never be gay or a rat. I'ma die like that, and I'm gonna forever step. Fam, this is the thing. The first thing I'm gonna say before, matter of fact, we'll just read this next one. The next tweet says, I just hired investigators to see who's been starting these cyber attacks against black artists and leaders. They making blogs post anything that destroys the black household, empowering everything that level is down. He probably meant levels us down, but even then it's still not a good set. The first thing I'm gonna address, man, he gotta let the gay shit go, bro. What Meek has failed to realize at damn near 10 years after the Drake beef is that the internet is undefeated. Once the internet sinks its teeth into some fuckery, they're going to run with the fuckery. You just have to ride out the internet fuckery. Like when we talk about the general people on the internet, you got to ride it out. You came out, you did a whole campaign and reignited a beef to let niggas know that you're not gay. I don't think there are a lot of people who really believe that Meek Mill is gay because, and shout out to Joe Budden because, I don't really do the politically correct shit, but Joe Budden said he didn't want to get into labeling black men who have allegations of sexual assault as liars because when it comes to women, they don't, they get a different type of courtesy to where you can't say certain things in this society. So I dig him trying to hold the line for the brother and stuff like that and not just go out calling niggas liars, but a few things have been debunked when it comes to this lawsuit as far as this Lil Rod Diddy lawsuit. So I personally am convinced that he's lying. That's what it is. Now, when we talk about Meek, it's kind of ridiculous and it's a lot of people getting thrown in the mix. You see, Usher didn't even mention this shit. He didn't even acknowledge this shit. Bruh just came off the Super Bowl. That's how Meek need to handle this shit. That's just what it is. You did too much by even saying your piece, but you said your piece one day, and you have to just go through the rest. You gotta go through life knowing that you're probably not even gonna see a motherfucker who's gonna come to you and say, "Yo, ain't you gay?" Motherfuckers don't really buy the shit that you gay, bruh. And it's just so crazy that this nigga is just going off the handle. Really just still crashing out days later. Let it go, bruh. It's the internet. Let it go. Let it go. Now the second thing is, this is that shit that I be talking about when this nigga want to be Martin Luther Meek and stuff like that. He talking about black people cyber attack. You don't give a fuck about no black. Stop the bullshit. You only give a fuck about you. You only give a fuck about you. That's what it is. All this black leader shit, you don't give a fuck about no black leaders, bro. You was on Clubhouse calling a nigga a rat and his dad a rat and all types of shit, talking all types of gangster shit. You talk about you'll die and crash out on academics and stuff like that. You don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself, bruh. You had 2 industry beefs that stem from niggas not posting your fucking song. When did you start giving a fuck about other niggas, nonetheless black leaders and shit? Like this is only happening. You only give a fuck about the cyber attacks because this gay shit is bothering you. You got to keep it a stack. Like, that shit is crazy to me. But even then, like the whole Black House, it's just bullshit. He's just talking the shit that he thinks sounds good to niggas because it's some shit to do. If he actually hired investigators, it's like, bro, like what, like even with the academic shit, like it's just so fucking it's such brain dead shit. Academics isn't the nigga pressing the lawsuit. He's not the guy who wrote it up. That shit is actually in the actual lawsuit. You could go and read it. The link is out there. And people report hip-hop news. And even then, this is the thing that kills me about this whole narrative that he's got. The people are destroying the black. Oh, these high-powered and da-da-da-da. And then he says, oh, man, you know, the companies, you know, supporting Yak, talking about the fake perks. And, you know, we praying for... My nigga, you've talked about a lot of killing in your raps. You've talked about a lot of street shit in your raps. If you want to keep it 500,000, you're the poison. You're the poison. You are a part of the problem. You perpetuate and push the culture that influences the youth, that helps influence the youth to do bad shit, to be bad people, to be criminals and shit like that. You're not making square music where it's like, bro, go get a job. No, nigga, the influence you putting out into the world that the record labels that pay you and pay to push your shit with, like, bro, you're out. You've been out here talking violent, reckless shit. That's just what it is. And I get it. I ain't even about to go that deep. But my nigga, on some black leader destroying a black household, like, bro, keeping it 500,000. Street niggas and street rappers, street culture, just all of that shit is a cancer to the black community in so many ways that I'm not even going to go over in this video. So if you really want to make a real change, niggas being called gay, it being considered a tax on black leaders in lawsuits made by other black men towards other black men who settled on fucking lawsuits about all types of sexual abuse and freak-offs months before this. That's not the shit that you need to be wasting money on private investigators to try and fix the black community and fix the black house. No, what you need to do is fix your content. You need to actually stop being the nigga that you've been. That's what you need to do. If you really give a fuck about the black community like you say you do, you need to stop pumping the poison yourself. Because you went from selling the drugs to motherfucking rapping about selling the drugs. So, with all and having niggas' brains blown out, all that. So until you stop that, stop the fucking black. I don't even buy the prison reform shit, but I let niggas eat. I let niggas go ahead, bro. Just stop all the bullshit. I'm done. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out.